like that.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
Yeah. Could you imagine billions of dollars in an ETF getting slashed by a third because they were staking it?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
that's huge.
They can't do that.
Right.
Even if it was, we only staked 10%. Now they've lost 3% of the fund.
That again, that's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. And I think this is why the SEC pushed back.
Yeah.
Like I said, they see the risk.
Yeah. There is a risk there.
There is
a legitimate risk.
It's a legitimate risk. There are ways to do in-wallet staking with some coins, but I think that's unproven at this point that you're really, what's going on there and how is it working.
Right. There can be some Ponzi-nomics going on behind.
Well, and there has to be some way for that to be useful somewhere else. So, like, when you lock up funds for a long time, like they do this, things like Hex did this. You can lock it up for a certain amount of time, and we'll guarantee you a certain amount of time.
15 years, I think they were locking it.
Yeah, that was the maximum.
Yeah.
It could be anything from 30 days to 15 years, or something like this, right? And it was the 30 days. Well, you just get a little bit,
right?
3 months. Well, we're going to give you a little more than you got doing it three times 30 days in a row.
Yeah,
right. You do it for a whole year. Well, we're going to give you more than we would have gave you for the quarterly.
Yeah,
right. Do it for 15 years. We'll give you this great because I got your money for 15 years.
Right.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So there are different ways to play the degen game, and all of them represent a potential risk.
Yeah.
One way or another, you could lose. It could be as simple as your opportunity loss. If you think if you put $10,000 in Hex for 15 years, even if you got $20,000 out at the end, could you have made $20,000 on ETH? Or could you have made $20,000 on Bitcoin?
Right.
Could you make $20,000 on Nvidia? I mean, it's an opportunity cost that you're guaranteeing you're out. I am guaranteed out of the pool because you got my shit and it's locked up.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a smart way to play, but it is one of the mechanisms that's out there if you're going to degen.
So who got approved for this ETH ETF? It was kind of the same players.
Almost all the same players that
got
Bitcoin ETFs made ETH ETFs. I'm not sure if I remember who the ones that were that weren't.
I think the Bitcoin ETFs that were not is Wisdom Tree and Valkyrie. That's what I'm seeing here. The rest of them, Grayscale, Bitwise, BlackRock, VanEck, ARC21, Invesco, Fidelity, Franklin, all have Bitcoin ETFs. Is this Franklin?
Yeah, you know what? That's
yeah, Franklin does. I'm looking at it right here. EZBC is Franklin. So yeah, all of the Ethereum ETFs separately have Bitcoin ETFs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same players. Basically, that makes a lot of money.
Well, they just got finished raking it in from crypto like they've never raked it in.
Right.
Making an ETF. So
yeah.
Wouldn't you be up for another one?
Oh yeah. Now we can't follow the inflows because this is approved, but it hasn't been. They haven't started trading yet.
There are no inflows yet because their S21 hasn't been approved.